Welcome to the stream, everybody. I am back live, and that's why you shouldn't say, I hope I don't run into a mine, because you know what's going to happen. You run into a mine. That's why you don't do that. You don't say that. All right, let's get into some Astroneer. It's one of my favorite games, everybody. This is a really phenomenal game. If you have not discovered the wonderful Astroneer, I highly suggest you check it out. Also, you can check it out on Switch now as well. It's also on other platforms like console. You might check your Xbox Game Pass for Astroneer as well. Now, this is a real fun game. What it is basically like a survival game, like a space survival game. So what you do is you collect certain resources, and then you refine them, and you make cooler and cooler stuff as you go along. Now, it also has quests, which we're going to be working on. There's also a new update called the Xeno update that we're going to explore as well. Now, I'm just taking my time. We're like on day 2, I think, or 3. I can't remember. But we need to gather certain material there, sulfurite, and when we do... Oh, what is this? Yes, this is new in the Xeno update. Look at it. Wow! Whoa! What is this cool stuff going on here? Now, last time I done failed, everybody. I failed to make this properly. And let's see if I can get it done properly this time. Now, one of the things that this game has that is really, really fun is its voxel shaping. See what I'm doing here? I'm actually flattening the ground. I've actually flattened the ground out there so I can put this down. Now, it's really large, so make sure to give yourself lots of room to put that sucker down. And one of the mistakes I did last time was that I put it down in such a way that it went into the ground, and I had to crawl down in the ground and all of that. So I started a new playthrough, which is this one. And I didn't realize, everybody, I thought this was just like effects and lightning. But what that's doing is actually previewing your stuff there. So what you want to do is you want to rotate this, because that's actually a preview of the thing that's going to drop down when you drop it down on the thing here. Now, if I try to use it, cool, right? Very cool, I think. Now it's actually going to drop a whole bunch of random materials, but now I did it better than I did it last time. It's nice and flat. See, once you know, knowing the knowledge is always the most important thing. Now, I've got all this other stuff kind of stuck in here, and I'm going to have to, like, shape it out a little bit to get it free. Now, when you see it kind of moving freely like that, then you're welcome to use your little anti-gravity beam, because now it's going to work. And I'll look down in there and see if there's anything else. We'll go ahead and scrap all that stuff later on when we get into scrapping, but we'll go ahead and just do this. We can see we've got something in the ground here. Let's check this debris right over there. And we'll flatten that back out again. What do we got over here? Some more debris and whatnot. And I like to have all of this stuff kind of off to the side where I can use it and whatnot as well, because this stuff does add up. Now, you got to watch out for something all the time. You saw it pop up there for just a second, and that is your oxygen, right? Now, one of the things I would probably want to do to get this going over here is to make sure that my oxygen is all the way over there. And the way we do that is we use a thing called tethers, or you can use resin, which is what I usually do. But for right now, I'm just going to go T, T, and then T. And then when I'm standing over here, I've always got power and resin as well, or not resin, power and oxygen. And so can we get this? No, this is in the ground too. So there's another big object. Oh, and look what it's got in it. It's got an actual oxygenator in it. So here we go. Now we can have 2 oxygenators running at the same time. Now, that's also one of the quests for this particular thing, is to find the oxygenator and put the oxygenator in there. And I think that's good for now. Let's go ahead and just fill this right back in. Look at this. This is perfect. If I could get in this door right here, that'd be awesome. Now, I don't know how to do anything pretty much beyond this point other than to run some power over here. Now, last time I put it really far away. It was at an angle. It was really awkward to run power to it. But one of the things we can do is we could use some of our stuff that we already have. Now, it's going to drop you when you're running around. You might find some extenders or stuff like that. Now, I like to use the compound here. and I like to make the little generators right here. And the reason why I like the generators is the generators pass power in both directions. So what I can do is I can take this right here. I'm going to put that down. Let me turn it off right now. Now, one of the things I would like to see is be able to see the bottom of that thing. Because, you know, I'm rotating them to line them up. And I can't see the bottom of the thing. So I have to put it down to see where the bottom of the thing is, right? Before I can connect it like so. Now I'll move it out just a little bit. Or even better, I can grab this, drag it as far as I possibly can. Just get an idea. And then I move this about there. Probably a little bit shorter. And then I can connect it much further away, which means I don't need as many of these to get where I'm going. Now, when I go ahead and place it, though, I probably want to place it more in line with where I'm going to, like this, because I'm going over here to this plug that's right there. So I'll go ahead and make another one. Again, you can also use your extenders. One of the cool things you can do with this and extenders is you can just make a hole in the ground and then make them go down in the hole and then cover them up. Now, try to make it where you're not going to, you know, actually push the dirt onto the object. But I could literally just run that underneath if I want to. Now, I can't do it here in this stuff because this stuff cannot be removed. But this other stuff, well, early game, it can't be removed. I'm not going to tell you how to remove it because you don't want to remove that. You want to keep that. This is your kind of set area where it helps you flatten your base. And so there we go. So now we got another one. And conveniently, I have a bunch of organic on me, which is helping me get these going. And again, let's say just a little bit closer than that. Right here. Now, this is an instant buy from me, everybody. Especially if you've got a Switch or something like that. I would definitely check out Astroneer. Incredibly, incredibly great game. Good news, and the New World Winter event is over. Yes, it was over last night at 3 o'clock. Yes, I went in and let my crew know on my Discord that it was going to close and all of that. And we have got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. If you check my schedule, everybody, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I'll move this over just a little bit. Oh, let me rotate it. Just so it's not in my way when I'm running over here. And there we go. Now, I typically don't like stuff to clip. There we go. See, and you can see like a battery thing going on here. Oh, look, and a battery thing came out on that side. See if it goes back in. Oh, some of these things opened up. Huh. What if that battery came out or was already out like that? I don't know. Maybe next time I'll have to look. Now, there's probably more stuff under here, everybody. Like, I can see there's something right there, the debris. Now, one of the things I also learned is that it actually doesn't... it doesn't fall down if you cut out all of the stuff underneath it. I don't think there's anything else that I need under there for right now, so I'm going to keep it nice and flat. But the whole point of what I was doing, maybe there's more of these guys underneath there. I don't know. Underneath down there. It looks like there's only so many pods here, though. If you look at it, you know, logically, there's like, you know, 3 pods there, 3 pods at the top, and then 1 here. Xenolab wreckage, an abandoned facility once used to house and study biological samples. It is still partially functional and may contain useful information. Okay, well, let's plug back in. That over there. And so what you got to do is you got to run power to it. And again, this is new, and this is as far as I've seen, is right here. Use button to activate tracker. And there we go. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. For research, man, this took me a while to figure out, everybody, is that there's some stuff in here that you might be looking through, and I was trying to scroll down over here on this side, and it was driving me nutty on how to figure out how to scroll down. Now, on the PC, it's easy, but on the Switch, not so much, and so what you got to do is there's like a little thing over there, there's a little switch there. You see that little switch change direction? See how it's changing direction? One says to scroll there, so if I scroll up and down, well, I use the scroll wheel anyway. But you can scroll up and down if you have it one way, and then if you have it the other way, it will then scroll up and down on this over here. So watch this little icon right here when you do play this on the Switch. It'll help you a lot. All right, and so I've read this before, but you know what? Since we're at it, let's go ahead and read the whole thing. My research continues en route to Lupus Prime. This is my first time working with the natal specimens before they undergone environmental adaptation. All 7 gastropods remain in good health. Nothing substantial to report. On a personal note, I question the value of our current mission. Extensive research has already been proven on gastropod aptum, and I fail to see the added value that exposure to Lupus Prime will bring. Exo's solution for containment are questionable at best, turning a species with such invasive qualities into house pets. Okay, progress. Despite my best efforts, Rogel continues to escape from his terrarium in favor of taking up space in my coat pocket. I fear I have spoiled him one too many times with our walks around the ship. The little ones have taken over my lab. Increasing personal interaction has resulted in extremely positive results. Much as I hate to admit it, the snails do seem happier, and I find myself strangely energized once they've all been fed and sorted. I even caught Yuzugi singing this morning. Neo will never let me live this down. I have to settle our bet the next time he's free. His team has been extremely busy charting a course towards the anomaly our scanners have picked up. I do hope he finds time to drop by the nursery soon. There you go. Oh, you guys getting a bunch of super loot there, I see. And there you go. All right, let's go ahead and get down to the next one. Entry for SOS. This will be my final entry. The Trion is under attack. I am the only one left. I sealed the nursery, but it won't be long before they find me. Neo called out to me earlier, or whatever the thing is, pretending to be Neo did. There's no way off the ship for me, but I've sent the command to jettison the nursery. All that is left is to push the button. If you're reading this, please take care of these little ones. I cannot save the Trion, but maybe I can save them. So, somewhere there's a bunch of little friends we can find. And I can see these ones are all locked, so we got to do whatever needs to be done to unlock those as well. There's some snail data in there we got to read. Hold on. Origin planet unknown. Gastropoda aptium is an invasion species that was first discovered in 2056 NCE. While their original planet is unknown, gastropod eggs hatch rides on nursery comets until such a time that they crash into or encounter more solid ground for hatching. Young gastropods quickly adapt to the planetary environment conditions they are exposed to, presenting a variety of features when fully grown to help them survive in nearly any circumstances. Evolutionary effects. Evolutionary gastropod psychology is known to hijack a neurological response in the orbital frontal cortex of other beings, ensuring the care and survival of the species. In response to the interaction and food given to them, gastropods provide their protection with temporary positive effects and influences. Befriending. Gastropods are known to be playful and mischievous creatures. They enjoy music, dancing, and interaction. When approaching a gastropod for companionship, their social behavior must be considered. Exodynamic recommends gently coaxing them out of hiding and then attempting to appease the gastropod's whims. It may take several tries at playing with a gastropod before it allow itself be placed within a terrarium. Oh, okay. And then caretaking. Exodynamic recommends that all gastropods are kept securely within terrariums, both to ensure gastropod safety and to restrict the species from becoming a detrimental ecological force. A contained and well-fed gastropod is a happy gastropod. Gastropod Sylvia, a brave and curious companion who emits a bright light from their body when well fed. Sylvia illuminates the darkest places, no matter where they reside. So, and I bet you there's a whole bunch of other specimens that we can find in here because they're all purple and they're all locked. I love having stuff to do, everybody. And this is all new, which is really cool. A lot of new stuff that we've added. So that got the lab back up and running. We've also got an auctionator in there as well. And this is actually part of our quest lines now, too. So now, place and activate the strange object on the surface of Sylvia. Chronos case file, fate of the ESS Titan. Please deploy at a safe distance away from launch pad. And then we get some power cells for that. Then a brush of fresh air. Install an auctionator in the Xenolab. The Xenolab must be re-auctionated for safety. Check the surrounding debris for functioning auctionator. I got that already. Jumper cables. Provide power to the Xenobiology lab on Sylvia. The wrecked Xenobiology lab needs an internal power. Recharge. Find a working cable part on its structure. Got it. Know thy gastropod. Use the data log to activate the Xenobiology lab tractor. Access the data log attached to the Xeno lab to learn more about the wreck. And then we're going to get some oxygen filters. Awesome. And there we go. We got to do an auto arm, and we've got to unlock some dynamite. So we're going to get on to all of that. So let's get our rewards here. We got some oxygen filters. We have a bunch of loot sitting around here that should be being managed here somewhere. Now, as you can see, I've got a little bit of a vehicle here. Just a bit of a basic base here. Let's get all this. We have a bunch of medium storages I see we got going on here. Put these over here and put that up there. So this can go ahead and run the rest of that out. I see we've got some other basics going right here as well. I love to set stuff up and just let it run on its own while I'm busy doing other things. That's what I call set it and forget it. I like doing that, so that's what you can do with your mediums. You put your mediums on there and it'll just run and do its thing. Now, meanwhile, we've got all of this stuff running over here. Now, another thing you want to keep going is your research, and that's this thing right here. And usually I set it up to automatically do the research, but I'm kind of having fun playing the old school way. We're using tethers, and you're manually putting the stuff in there. But you can absolutely set it up so it auto grabs your research if you want. Absolutely. Okay, and then we want to go ahead and keep this going. Where do we want to put our thing here? Now, I typically like to have it over here. So let's take this, put this back here. Let's just go ahead and store these resources behind here. So if we need them, they'll be back over there. Let's get our little small printer going here. And what do we need? We need to unlock the dynamite. That was what one of the ones was. So let's go find our dynamite in here somewhere. I can't even remember where it is. It's in here some. Oh, at the bottom, right there. How much we need? Whoa, $37.50. All right, we need a good amount for that one. The other thing would be the auto arm, which I think we already have. Did we unlock that one? That would be a no. Okay, we didn't unlock it. Okay, now we got to go find the auto arm. It's going to be in the small printer. There it is. So it's about $1,500. All right, we'll go ahead and do that one because that one's much easier. We don't have to wait around for it. All right, so we need some copper. How conveniently, we were just converting some copper. So let's just put that right up there. And then we'll have no, we don't need copper. What am I saying? No, that's not what we need. That's for those other things that I never use. All right, we need graphite and aluminum. That's what we need. Aluminum, probably the easiest of those two. We can go ahead and just put that right up there. The graphite, not so much. But I thought I saw some graphite out this way. So here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and take this stuff and we'll put it over here. We'll get all of these off of here. We'll go on a little graphite adventure. Isn't this awesome, everybody? Again, it's just so good. It's not only great on PC, which is where I'm playing it right now, but you can also get it on Switch. You can get it on console. Oh, look at all this stuff up here in the front. We could be melting down as well. Let's go ahead and swap that one out for this one. See how cool that is? Just automatically grabs all the stuff on there. And then just starts to process it. Love that about it. Do we got a beacon laying around somewhere? We could definitely use a beacon. What do we do with that extra beacon? I think we put it down in the caves. Probably down in the caves over there. But we've got some quartz here, which allows us to make beacons. Now, one of the things that I like to do with beacons is put a beacon on the front of my vehicle. And then I change it to purple because that's just a random color that I chose as my car beacon. And this way I can find my car if I get separated from it. But they also have it now where they've made it where you can just use your radar to find it as well. Now, let's also consolidate some of this so that we'll have space to get that off of there, and then we can bring another one with us. And now we're off and running. Now, the great thing about the vehicle is the vehicle acts as an auctionator. So you don't need any tethers to do any of that. Oh, I see it right there. You don't need any tethers. Now, I made this ramp. Anything you see that's like this light gray is typically something that I made myself. And right down there is, you can go down into the actual planet and go all the way to the center of the planet, too. It's really super cool. I highly recommend it. Now, let's go ahead and also make ourselves a nice little side direction over here that goes up to there. And so what I need to do is I need to use my little soil canister that I have on my character. It's actually on the back of my character, right down here in that bottom right corner. You want to get one of those as quick as possible so you can do this kind of cool stuff, right? Now, I can grab some dirt from over here, fill up my soil canister, and then I can just make myself basically a bit of a road that just takes me where I want to go. So grab more dirt. And I've shaped out, I've spent like 8 hours shaping out mountains, everybody. I love doing the shaping. The shaping is the part that really got to get you addicted to this game. We play it every week on Tuesdays. Again, very, very fun thing. I try not to burn myself out on games. I don't play them all day, every day. That's a quick way to burn yourself out. And if you really like a game, take your time at it. Take your time. Enjoy the journey. And I've played through 20, 30 times. This is not my first playthrough. I don't even remember how many times now. It's been so many times. But it's been a lot. And what I like to do is I like to start a new playthrough. Because this game is cool because it randomizes itself every single time you start a new game. Now look at this little research here. We can lug back with this eventually too. Now I got to watch out for my oxygen though. Jetpack there. I gotta watch out for my oxygen as well. I don't know what's holding that up. There we go. Little tiny piece of something there was holding that up. Bye-bye. Look, it'll roll all the way down in. Now, that stuff will disappear eventually. It's just so cool. You see it just rolling down the hill there. So neato. All right, that's not quite... Oh, that's kind of good. Let's kind of fix this little edge here a little bit. I'm one of those people that got to have, like, you know, a perfect ramp. That's just me. You don't have to have a perfect ramp, but I like to make it look nice, if you know what I mean. Now, I got to watch out for my tethers here because they go down into the thing, and so if I go down there without my vehicle, I could end up dying. Now, let's go ahead and roll up here. Now, you're going to see me just completely ignore most of these things over here. These are seeds. This one right here is not seed. This one's actually research. I can bring it back and throw it in the research thing. It actually gives you more research if you do that. But I typically don't. I typically don't do that at all. Oh, wait, here's something over here. What's this? What's this? Oh, well, this is important. A little horn and some extenders, which I never use, but I can scrap them, which is good. So again, what we want is we want all this resource that are up here in the corner. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I am trying to get resources is I'll make a little ramp for my guy here, right? And I'll try to angle it in such a way that it will just end up right at the resources. I'll widen this out a little bit. You'll see why here in a second. And then we'll start to shape out this whole area. Now, what's going to happen? See what's happening, how it's dropping out the back of my shaper? Well, I just set all that up for a reason. So when I turn around, guess what it's doing? It's just rolling that all down there where I can pick it up and put it on my vehicle. See, that's called thinking ahead, everybody. That's called thinking to the next step. Oh, that's a good concentration of graphite. Oh, man. It's over here, too. All right, now you saw I run out of power. Now I could bring some solar power or wind power or any other type of power like that. I prefer the generator. And the reason why the generator is so great is because the generator, and let's Let's switch our tethers out here. The generator can be turned on and off by using your command keys on the PC and also on console or on Switch. And you can just turn it on by using command key, in this case C, like cat. And then now what it's going to do is it's going to charge me up. And since I have a bunch of organic already on me, that organic is going to help. Now, see how I have this ramp? Well, I want to kind of cut this ramp back like this so I can get this little bit that's left over. Now, what's going to happen also, everybody, is you're going to be doing this kind of stuff. And I find most of the time wherever I put the ramp is where I end up running into this stuff, right? It's usually underneath wherever I am. A little bit of research there. Again, these little ones, I don't bother to take them back. And so basically what it's doing is it's giving me like power so I can go through and shape all this stuff out. Like this. Very nice. And then what you want to do is you want to turn it off. See, because otherwise it's just wasting power. But that's more than enough graphite, I think. We can just go ahead and then take all this stuff off us here just to try to speed this along a little bit. Take off this very important horn in there, put that in there. And then what it does allows me to hold down shift and left click. I can just pick these up much faster, put them in my backpack, and then I have them in my backpack, which makes it easier, I think. Put them in here. Now later on, there's even a whole bunch of other larger stuff that we can do, canisters and all sorts of cool stuff. For managing all your stuff, but we're in the very early game. We're like, you know, day 2 in the early game, and so I just basically was getting my my base set up and, you know, getting all my stuff built, like my furnace and my vehicle and all of that, and then try to scout around for some research. Now I would look around the corner here because every now and again your stuff's going to go off the side like it did. I'll go ahead and look down there and see if there's any more that went off the side. Just that one, it looks like. And there we go. And we got the resource we need. Now, I see some more up there, and I could probably go get some more. But that's enough to hold me over for a little bit. So we get as much as we need. And then we turn around this crazy train. And then we head back. Now, as you can see, I've got some research there. And I don't really... Uh-oh. See what I did? Oh, look out. Hold on. That's why I don't like my tethers at the ground level. I just disrupted my tethers. Now, these tethers are actually connected underneath here. So I got to move this tether in such a way that it combines, both tethers into one. There we go. And so that's now going to send that power and oxygen all the way down into there. And I'm trying to be good with my tethers this time, everybody. Normally, I don't do tethers. It used to be where when you did a lot of tethers, it would actually slow the game down when it first came out. But that's not a problem anymore. You can just tether all you want, everybody. But it was a problem back then, so I'm kind of like old school. So I'm always worried about my stuff lagging out. So I find the single player works incredibly well. We also have a mega server where you can play together with my crew. And I'm playing just a solo game right now as we're checking out the new content. And then eventually we'll get back to the server and all of that. If everybody wants to. If nobody wants to play on the server, then I'll just play a solo game. That's okay. All right, we got our auto arm, which is really fun. Now, one of the things I like to do with the auto arm is I like to put it up here like this. We're going to unpack it. And we'll kind of straighten out our vehicle a little bit here just for funsies. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tell it to grab that over there. Oh, it ran out of power. It ran out of power. That's funny. It literally had just enough power to do that one thing. Let's give it some power. And then it puts it back there. There it goes. And so what it's doing is it's grabbing it from one place and putting it in another place. Now, in your head, just imagine all the things that you could do with that. You could have it pick stuff up, organize stuff for you. You can create giant kind of like assembly lines of stuff that goes along, which is just really, really cool. And you'll see me use those a lot throughout my much larger base that I'll get to using later on. But we've got to keep our research going, keep that going constantly. And whatnot. Now, what I'm going to do is also take this stuff off of here, speaking of research, and just set it right over here. We'll deal with all that here in a minute. We'll go ahead and grab this. And we'll just go head ourselves back up here. Oh, I see some copper up there too. See it on the edge of the hill? Right up there. Right there. Copper up there too if we need it. Now we had this, and I think we had another one somewhere. I think right over the side here. Yeah, right there. We'll grab that one. Now because these are so big, you can't put them on your little medium, but they do have this thing called a packager, which is awesome. A brilliant, brilliant idea for the game where you can take stuff like that, use your packagers, and I have one back at the base, and you could package it down and then put a whole bunch of them on one of those little medium things. You have like 8 or 9 or 10 of them on there, and really carry a lot of them around. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll make a bunch of them, and then go put them onto the mediums and then run around and grab them. And this is our packager right here. Now, probably a good idea to keep that packager on the front of your vehicle, so when you're out and around and say you see something cool that you like a medium solar or wind or something like that, then you'll have it. And I like to keep my my big stuff at the bottom here so I don't have to look at it. I also like to keep a bit of extra organic just so I can use it if I need to. Again, let's consolidate this all into one, and then we can use that right over there. And I like them to go flat like that. That's just me. That's my thing. All right, now also in this particular playthrough, we are playing through in quest order. What are we going to get? Large extended platform. Now, these extended platforms are fantastic for setting up your auto research. And maybe we'll do a little bit of that today. Let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to run over here. And let's go ahead and get all the way to the end here. And we're going to use this part right here to kind of run some of our stuff in this direction. Now, what I wanted to do is actually run to this thing over here, which is my research thing, right? And so I probably want to say, you know what, never mind on that. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Okay, unlock it first. I'm going to grab this. See how it's still going? The reason why it's still going is that solar power is helping it still go, even though I disconnected it from the power. And so what we can do is go over here. We probably want to add a bit of room here. Again, we're going to extend our base all the way out into the mountains, into the stuff here. It's covered up my tether there, but oh well. That's how it goes. And we'll use our extender here in a second. So we'll go ahead and just put this at the end of the line here, between all of this stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll use an extender right here to grab an object and then put it on the end of this right here. Now, during the daytime, this solar is doing its job, which is basically running this thing, because this produces 4 power, and this only uses 2. So that solar power right there could actually run 2 of those during the day, which is pretty nice. Now we're going to get our auto arm over here, and we're going to move it over this way, and we're going to put it right here. Now, the auto arm is also going to draw 1 power, and so if I tell it to do it, it's going to take that, and it's going to go like that. And you're like, well, Kismet, it went the wrong way. Well, the important thing to understand is the blue circle is where it's going, and the green circle is where it's coming from. So if I turn it around, now it's going to take it and put it in the direction I want it to go, right? So very, very nice. Now watch what happens. All of a sudden, that's going to slow down because now it's no longer using the solar panel. It's actually using my batteries over there and any wind power that might be on as well. But, whoa, that noise means that your research is also done. So let's also move our research over here, so we'll have that nice and close. Now, your base is never truly flat, and the reason why is because the world is not flat. So if the world's not flat, your base is not going to be flat either. Now, what this is what we're going to do is we're going to extend this out, and we're going to try to find some plants here. And it's best to do a little recon first before you really get into it. Try to find some plants out here, and you can scan these little shells over here as well. Try to find a good spot with a bunch of research. Ooh, right here. There's one here. There's one there. Get rid of that. So I kind of feel like we need to take this whole mountain out. Let's do it. What I'm going to do is just shape a little bit of the top out. Oh, look out. I want to make sure I don't fall down that hole there. Let's extend this out, too. I saw a hole under there I must have made at some point. And then the same thing here. Let's just go ahead and try to get rid of all these trees and other things that are in our way. I'm also getting organic from getting all of these kind of bushes and things. And then again, bringing this up. Now you see me run my my stuff really low. I do it all the time. Drives everybody crazy in the chat, but it happens. Now what's happening? See how I've run that underneath? So you can actually run it underneath and just put your... You run a risk of doing that, though. So sometimes it pushes it through the world, and it ends up like in the center of the world or in outer space. Or sometimes I've done some things, and they bumped into each other, and the physics of it went pow, and went nuts, and it literally has flown off into the horizon. I mean, all the way to the horizon. I don't even know where it went. It went so far. I just make another one when that happens. I just go and make another one. All right, and then again, look, we got a little bit of it here. We got some research that we can manually put in there, like this. There we go. And there we go, and we'll cover that up a little bit, and then we're going to go this way. Now, we might as well pick up these tethers here, because we're going to end up in those tethers here. Let's get both of these up out of there. There we go. And then again, we're going to keep taking this out. We're going to try to shape our way in this direction. Now, what I'm doing is I'm holding down Control. Control is very, very helpful when you are trying to do flattened stuff. Now, you can see that this one is actually aiming in that direction, and we want it to go this direction because this is where those little nodes are. Now, this stuff will eventually disappear, by the way. These trees and all of that stuff will eventually go away. Now, there must have been one in there that I didn't see because I saw that it had some of those nodes that typically we'll use. And you'll see me keep going back like this to try to keep flattening. Try to keep this at a nice, even level. Because what happens very often, you can see it there, is that it changes levels if you let go of Control and then try to grab it from somewhere else. And I don't want it to change levels. I want it to keep, pretty flat as I'm moving forward here. Okay, so that opens up this whole entire forest for us to use for grabbing different nodes. Now, at this point, what I would do is I would consider what is called angling down, right? You want to angle down. Let's grab some more of this over here. I'm going to start to angle this down. Look, there's a hole right there. Who knows where that goes? Let's go ahead and angle this down a bit, like this. So it's kind of going down where we want it to go, right? And that takes a bit of practice, for sure, to get that angle down. And then I'll come back and I'll, what I call, fine-tune the edge, like this. Give it a nice, sweet edge. Now, you're not always going to have a perfect angle. See how this angle is kind of going upwards here? So you're always trying to maximize your angles and stuff. There we go. Let's go ahead and extend this back out here. I can see that we need to run that tether out there just in case we need it. You see me running back for oxygen and stuff each time. So let's see if we can find a bit better angle that fits this. Again, I'm always looking for just that perfect angle. There's got to be a better way of getting this to work. I've not discovered it yet, but then that's part of the fun, right? Trying to discover new ways of doing stuff. That's not bad right there. Something along that line. Oh, but look at that. Look how up it is there, right? But if we go and we clean it up a little bit, you're going to see that that's a little bit better. Probably not as good as I want it to be. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell if it's a perfect angle or not that matches the angle of your stuff. And this very much reminds me of Photoshop. And all you got to do is get the angle perfect once, and then you're good. Let's go back over here also and grab some tethers. So we don't have to keep running back every minute. And there we go. And we can tether our way out. Again, normally I don't use tethers. Normally I use resin to keep my character alive. There's a whole lot of tools for flattening and doing all this kind of stuff. But you really have to master the proper angle. See, it takes a little bit of practice. You keep trying different angles, try different stuff. And it feels very artistic to me, everybody. Very, very artistic in trying to master how do I get that angle to be really super clean and to match up with what I've already got done. So if you are an artist, you are going to have fun, or, you know, little artist tendencies. You're going to have fun doing all of that. Now, I've got a bunch of this resources here. Let's pull those out of there. And now once I get to here, now I basically want to flatten this out a little bit. I'm going toward these two right here, though there are plenty more. There's a bunch up here, a bunch over there. Only really need these two for right now. And so I'm going to try to flatten this out without actually disturbing these two nodes here, right? And then I want this to match up to my ramp. All right, again, so we're just kind of working with multiple levels. And so it kind of goes flat, and then it goes at an angle, and then it goes a little less steep, and then leads us where we want to go. Now, do you need to do all of this? No, you can just run it across the ground if you want. Me, I like to, do it the way I like to do it, if you know what I mean. I like to do it how I like to do it. Now, one of the things we can do to help here is to move this way over here, and then also use these little small wind turbines here as basically extenders, right? So we're going to make these, and we're going to rotate them around. That's why I'm using these over here. And I can try to make them go like this. Sometimes, by the way, try to go the other way. Sometimes the other way will work as well. But it gives you a general idea of how far you can go. And same thing with this one. You try to just drag it and see how far. That's pretty good, actually. Right there. And then look at that. Now you've got a lot more distance. This way you don't have to add a bunch more tables and a bunch more stuff like that. Same thing here. That's about right there. So we can move this up. Let's say there. And then now we've gotten all of that extra distance without having to worry about anything else. And then also it gives me a nice, a lot of space here. You don't have to have your research right next to your base. One of my things that I did in the very beginning is I had everything like jammed together. And you don't really need to do that. It doesn't have to be jammed together. You can just have it out here on the side and just drive up, drop your stuff off, and every time you need it, just come over here and keep things running. But again, we're going to do some automation of our stuff here. Now look at that. See how when I connected that, now my tethers are being run off the end of this here. So if I'm close enough, it'll actually now run my tethers much further. And I just noticed over here too that there is some research sitting in a tree right there. So yeah, let's grab that too. Let's grab it. Now, the great thing about these research items, and there are some really nice research items on the other planets. These right here do about 500. There's some that do 7,500 in the game as you move up to the tougher and tougher planets. I try to, let's get actually all this organic off the back of my character. I try to not rush. I could just skip over what I'm doing and go straight to the high-end stuff and get it done that way, but I'm not going to. Let's go ahead and actually burn up some of this organic while we're busy doing other things. Actually, take that over there we go. Just clean it up a little bit here, because then once I get off my backpack, then I can just run along, and if I got a bunch of this stuff laying around, clean that up nicely like that. Now this thing right here, this little research sample, is actually what I'm looking for. Now, I'm not going to actually put it in the thing. You know why? Because I'm going to use it as a limiter. So the only thing that this thing is going to grab now is whatever I put in this little slot. And so it's only going to grab research samples. So if I accidentally drop something here, it's not going to grab it and try to put it into the thing, right? It's just going to put it right there. So we're going to need more of these tables, obviously, to extend it out to here. Or we could just run our power out here and just put the actual machine out here so we don't have to run as many or make as many tables as this. It's really up to you, whatever you want to do. Me, I feel like tables today. I feel like we'll just use a bunch of extender tables here to try to run down here and grab a bunch of these. And then we'll also add some more tables for more, basically more research. So let's start with the tables first so we can get that printing in 3D. Let's go over here, and actually we need a table for our printing in 3D. That we probably should start with first. Get this. Oh, my backpack is full yet again. I'll put that over there, put that in there. There we go. And then we'll make a table for printing in 3D. Now, while we're waiting, we can clean up our mess that we got going here and kind of stack this over here nicely, like this. Now, our printer right now is going a bit slow. You can see it kind of struggling there. Let's grab this organic off of there. Let's go ahead and grab our little generator here. Now, our solar power right now is not doing us any good, so I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to put the generator on. You see it speed up, right? Because this needs 2 power, and this little base right here only generates 1 power. Look at my cool glowy thing. Isn't it awesome? It's pretty awesome, I think. These don't do anything. They were like tester objects, but everybody loves them. Hey, what's up, Gorks? Thanks for being here in the stream. We're playing some Astroneer, one of my favorite games. It's super, super fun. I highly recommend it. Snatch it up right now, everybody. Go snatch it up on Steam or on that thing, that place, on Switch. There we go. Or on console. Whatever you feel like doing. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to basically replace these tables here so we can better do all the stuff that we want to do. So we're going to take this platform here, and we're going to basically just take all the stuff that we're using now, put it in here, like this, and then we're going to take these right here, and we're going to unlock them, and move them away here, over there, and we'll replace it with this. There we go. Very nice. Now, our thing's running here. We could actually just put this over here until it turn off. Put that back there. There we go. Now, we've got some tables over here that we can use for other stuff as well. We can put our solar back on there and just kind of put it here at the end. Now, these tables, I mean, they're better utilized if you do something more like this. Oh, there's another thing in there. Oh, watch out. Watch out. Oh, what the heck? That dynamite is actually not... It's not attached to it. It's actually attached to it in such a way that it's going to blow up. Now, we tried some dynamite in the shredder. I can tell you it's a bad idea. We did that on the Switch version. It was very fun, actually. Very, very fun. So here's what we can do. We can go ahead and use these over here to hold on to some of our stuff as well. Over here. And then another thing I suggest you do is you hit F for lock. Now, I used to auto lock stuff when you did this, but now you have to manually lock it. I would go along and see if this is locked. That's locked. You know how I know it's locked? Because it says to unlock it. That's how you know. Same thing over here now. Let's go ahead and lock this and lock that. There we go. That's pretty nice. I've also got a generator over here. If I want to use that, I can utilize that as well. And one of the things I would do here is try to find the optimum location for all your stuff. Like a great example here is to put the small printer on the side and then take the generator and put it behind it. This way, you're optimizing that side. Then I can put the large generator there. And then right here, this is the real awesome part, is you could put your resources that you might need. Like right here, I see 2 resin. If I take the 2 resin, I put them there, it automatically grabs the resin. Also, notice it has carbon, so it automatically grabbed the carbon as well. And right now, it's filling up our battery. And we got 2 batteries going. Probably going to grab this battery right here. And I'm going to put this battery somewhere over here so I can see the status of my power. I like to see the status of my power. I actually like it to be more to the side. So let's go ahead and take this. We'll rotate it. And let's say, or more vertical, I mean. Oops. And do something like that. There we go. I got to get my resin back. There we go. Now, I don't use the medium generator. I actually found that generator. I don't usually unlock it. I usually just use a bunch of small generators. That's usually more than enough to make that happen. And then also, we can keep organic in there. So if this little small generator runs out, it's going to grab that organic because it's on the same table and then put that organic automatically in there as well. So now we have a bunch of resources that can run all of the things that are on the table. Later on, you get really big tables, and then you have like a ton of things going on at the same time. You get really big vehicles and spaceships and all sorts of cool stuff here in the game. Big time. Big time. Right over here. So let's go ahead and see what else we need. We need some dynamite. So we do need to get a ton. Ooh, we already got a bunch going. A bunch of that going. Oh, and let's get our little glow ball here. And let's get this. Let's find this a home too. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take this last one off of here. And let's put that right there. It's like a trophy, everybody. It's very cool. It doesn't really do anything. It's just a trophy. And let's go ahead and try to consolidate our power down. Let's put our wind power over there. Now I can see if my wind power is working over there as well. And then I can also see if my battery is being charged. So my battery's at maximum right now. Looking good. We can clean this up a little bit. Maybe convert some more carbon there. Get this graphite. Man, we got a lot of graphite. That's a good amount of graphite that we can use later on. And let's get back to making tables. That's what we're doing, making tables. What we want to do is use these extended platforms. Let's get that going right in there. Now, what we're going to need is more resin. And you're going to be saying that to yourself constantly in this game. You need a lot of this other stuff here, which you can see I've got a good bunch of stacks of it here. And we'll make some tables eventually and put all that stuff nicely on some tables. But what we want to do is we want to use this thing right here called the centrifuge. The centrifuge is going to allow us to make more resources. If I put this on here, you're going to see it automatically grab it, fill it up with some soil. And what this does, it extracts resources from soil. But we're going to need definitely more than what we've got. Let's go ahead and burn up all this. Definitely don't want to, have 10 tons of organic on you. Don't need that much. A little bit of organic and a little bit of other stuff. Now, what does it take to make more stuff here? We're going to get to it. What does it take to make more canisters? It takes resin. Aha! See? The very thing that we're using for over here. Like I said, you're always thinking about more and more resin. So let's extend this. We're just going to basically work on a little automation system, some auto research. We're going to let that research run while we're off getting into other sorts of trouble. All right. And so we want this platform to be close enough. We can get these tethers out of the way. We want this platform to be close enough to where an auto arm can grab it from here and put it over onto the next one. The best way to test that is to take your auto arm from here and then see by rolling over it if it actually touches that. And it only got to touch it just a little bit. So you can move this way forward. Whoop. A little too far forward. There we go. Move this a way more forward and then try to just maximize that. And then, too far, right? So we see the circle's not quite touched. Sometimes it'll still work, even like that, even when it just barely touches it. And so we'll back it up. There we go. I just like it too. My big fat head in the way. You can see right here. By the way, eventually I'm going to make it where I can press a button and my whole camera moves to somewhere else so you can see if I need to move up or down or wherever. I'm working on that right now. And you can see that it's touching these things back here. And that's the goal of what we're doing. And you'll see me keep moving this up. And we'll come back and we'll make more auto arms once we have this run in the direction we want to go. But really the thing we want to do right now is we want to make a bunch of resin. Keep our research going here. We want to make a bunch of resin. So we can make a little bit of resin over here. So let's have it do that. I could probably take some of this resources off of here. So we just do this. We'll go in and we'll take this one over here and this one over here. And move this over here. And I can tell you it's going to end up on the other side, on that side over there. How do I know? Because I've played this game a lot, number one. And number two, there's a little arrow. And when that arrow is pointing at you and you have both mediums on both sides, it always goes to the right. And those are important mechanics to know if you're trying to do an assembly line where your auto arms are grabbing stuff and things like that. So you want to watch those kind of subtle things like that. Now, one of the things, again, right now, is it doesn't have enough power. Here it speed up. There it goes to the right. Now, what I'm going to do is basically like an inception right now. I'm going to use the resin that I just got from the soil canister I just got to make more resin. Then I'm going to take the resin to make more canisters, which is going to allow me to get a lot more soil at the same time, to make more resin, to make more canisters, to get more soil, to make more resin, and you get the idea. You get the general idea. Why has this not disappeared yet? Get out of here. Get out of my thing. Sometimes it thinks it's still connected. The tree that does not want to disappear. I'll show you a great trick. You make it fall down in the hole there, and then you cover it up and pretend like you never knew it was there. That's what you do. I don't know nothing about it. Sometimes trees just fall down randomly too, which I think is funny. They just fall down randomly, and you're like, okay, I wasn't even close to that tree. Okay, more dirt. So what we can do is we can find the nearest mountain, or in this case, we're going to find, look at all these. Look, there's 2 more right here. There's another one over there. So I go to the top of the nearest kind of, oh, this actually turns into an actual mountain. Look at that. We also have a mountain back there. So I can kind of just shape this out. Usually I'll go to the top of the mountain here. Just kind of shape down the mountain. Oh, well, I'm shaping a little too much. I wasn't watching. There's a little blue circle that goes around when you're shaping. That tells you whether your canisters are full or not. And as that kind of blue lines, it's a really brilliant interface idea. As that blue line starts to fill, then that's your canisters getting filled up. And all right, now we're ready to get ready, right? So here we go. We're going to put this in here like this. Oh, look at all this soil we got. Now, I always put this down and immediately take one back because you don't want to be running around without a canister. And now it's going to make a full thing of resin. It's going to make a lot of it. Over here, same thing. We want to have enough. Well, we can keep this going. Let's go ahead and do something like this, and like this, and like this, and like that. There we go. Cover that up, clean that up, get this medium generator running. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to run that generator for a while. And actually, carbon lasts for a good amount of time. And I have a ton of carbon on here, so I can run that medium generator for quite a good amount of time. It actually does 9 units from that medium generator. And this stuff over here, this takes 5, and this takes 6. So that's basically 11, and I've only got 9 going. So that's not enough usually. But you can see I've got some wind turbines. When the sun comes up, I'll have my solar power. You can see actually I'm doing well on my power because if your battery is going up, then you're good. If your battery's going down, and that's why I like to have my battery there so I can see the status of what's going on with it. All right, there we go. There's our resin. Nice. Now we've got our resin here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to put this in. And now I can just tell it to make a bunch of them. There's a little loop function there that you can just tell it just keep making more and more and more. But I'm just going to have it do 1 for right now. Let's go ahead and grab some more of this organic and put it right there. Let's go ahead and also help out with our little generator because that's going to be 2. So this would be 9, 10, 11. 11 power. This stuff's not doing anything right now, which is awesome. Now, another thing we can do is we can also tell it to be making some medium storages. So let's have it do that as well. Because you never seem to have enough storage, everybody. You really never do. You never seem to have enough, and I never seem to not have stuff on the ground at some point. All right, there we go. So we're still working on this one. What else? We can go ahead and track that one. I'm going to take a break here in just a moment as well. Talk with the family. Unlock an extra research unit. Okay, we'll get that one going. What else? Relocation package. Unlock and print a packager. All right. Print a small shuttle. All right, we'll try to get that done. Tungsten, yeah, we'll try to get that done today. Lithium, maybe. We'll try that. Medium resource canister. Probably not today. Gateway, we could do all of those. I mean, those we could get done today, I think. Sylvia, so scan the shells. I didn't even know that was a quest. Those are all new quests, everybody, which is really cool. Okay, now while we're waiting, Here's another medium storage, which is finished. And then we have our table, which we don't want to unpack yet until we get it where we want it to go. But we put this medium right over here. We can go ahead and do this. So guess what? You can make another bunch of resin as well. So look at that. We've used up some of it. And I would go ahead and make another one of these. And then we'll make another medium storage. And I find that the centrifuge is probably the thing I make stuff in most. I don't go and collect it that much anymore. I just use the centrifuge to get it going. You can make multiple centrifuges as well to get it going. And again, I'm going to take a break here in just a moment. We're going to try to get our automated stuff going. And then I'm going to chat with the family for a little bit. And then I shall be back in a bit. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. See how it's at an angle? That's what you want so that you can take it and move it to here. So let's move this back. We probably want to move this forward just a bit here. And just enough so it'll hit that edge there. All right, I like that. Now, you don't want to be too far up in the air. Otherwise, the thing won't hit it. But we got that going. Again, we're trying to extend way out there, grab the resources, and run them all the way back to our research units. Now, I'm going to show you a great trick with the research here. In a bit, we're going to make a big table as well. But we're going to keep our resin going right over here. We'll grab this. Oh, nope, not that one. I am the king of misclicking, everybody. I do a lot of misclicking because I'm, trying to rush, do my thing. All right, so we need some more soil here. So make another soil run. Oh, let's get our, let's grab one of these. Over here. Going on our carbon here. That over there, so that keeps going. Yeah, very rarely do I use the medium, but if I get one for free, then I'll use it. It's not costing me any of my resources. Oh, look, there's another one right there. It's like they're just handing these things to me at this point. One of my favorite ones here in the beginning of the game are these trees that just have research sitting in the middle of them. You just go out there and collect hundreds of them. I've done it before. It's awesome. You go around with your packagers and you just package them all up. And you come back and you got like 50 or 100 of them suckers. And then you got, research for days. And there's only so much research you're going to do anyway, right? You'll reach a certain point in the game where you basically have enough research points to unlock everything in the game, which is fun. Let's get this going, and then I'm going to take a break for a bit, and then I shall be back. All right, again, watch that oxygen. One of my favorite things is this, the sliding. I love the sliding, everybody. Very, very fun. Okay, let's run back. Put this in the research chamber. Now, again, if you are enjoying the stream, everybody, feel free to say hi in the chat. Feel free to use my name, Kismet. It'll let me know that you're there and get my attention, or you can use your channel points. Those work really well. Now, also, I try to keep these on the left side. Definitely want to get one back, so it's always in my thing. You know, I should just leave that like that. There we go. And then, again, more resin. Now, it's going to allow me to make more tables, right? And we got a table here. We might need one more. Let's go ahead and just do one more. If we do need one more, oh well. I mean, if we don't need it, oh well. And so you can basically bring your resources to your base, which I think is really cool. And that's one of the things I'm going to be working on in this particular playthrough, is that I'm going to try to bring the resources to my primary base. In this case, we're going to bring it down the line here. And again, we'll go ahead and grab this, move this forward. Now, it's still touching it, so it will take it and move it up there for sure. We can test it too, by the way. We can go over here, one of these maybe that's got like 3 of them on there. And then we'll put it right here, and we'll see if it grabs it and puts it up on the top one. And it did. And see, it only grabbed research samples, not anything else. Now, here at the end, we're going to need something that can grab these little things. Now, I actually have the perfect thing for that. And we already got it for free. And I find these little tables are really not that useful, everybody. Later on, will make me a ton of very large tables. Like right now, we'll make some platform Bs. Let's go. And I can also turn this off so it's not using the resin. So the next time it'll make another platform B as well. But these little tables right here are perfect for trying to control. Let's move this over here. Trying to control the ability of your... Unlock. There we go. Control the ability of your auto arms to grab items and to... and I could package this too, everybody. But it's just this far. It's not worth packaging. It's just like waste your resources. But later on, you get it so many resources, it won't matter. But this is going to allow me to control which one of these I'm grabbing from. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, and I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to grab this one right here, and then I'm going to move it to here. So it's important to have this because you got to have basically a link in the chain, right? So you got to have a link in the chain where this one can go, grab it directly off the tree, and then put it on the next one. And then the next one grabs it and puts it on the next one, and so on and so forth. So how many more of these? Now that's automated. Now, once I get all these auto arms in, it's going to auto grab a bunch of these resources. Now I really want to grab this other one over here too, and I want to keep my power going. So let's think about how many more we need. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need 4 more auto arms. So let's get those going while we're at it. Oh, look at you guys get a bunch of super loot. So 4 more auto arms. Do we have enough aluminum for that? We absolutely do. We definitely have enough graphite, because holy mackerel, did we get a bunch of graphite earlier. So let's put this on auto arm over here. We'll tell it to do the first one. Now we can tell it to loop as well, and you know what, we will. We'll tell it to loop, and we'll say when you're done with that one, make more of them. And so we'll take these resources like this, and we'll go ahead and couple those up. Now right here our thing has come to a stop. Our medium. Let's get our medium going. Also, our other ones come to a stop. Do we have... Oh my God, I don't have any organic. How is this possible? How is this possible? And then we'll put this organic in there. Like this to help it speed up. There we go. And then we'll grab some more graphite from... Oh, okay, or more aluminum. Whatever you feel like doing, bro. And then more graphite. And then more graphite. Now, the trick to this is you put just enough in there for what you need to do. And then you don't put any else, because then it will just kind of auto-stop, right? Auto-stop itself from going. Now, we also need one of these, so while it's finishing up those, I'm going to run this over here, and I'm going to show you an awesome trick for doing research. And so I'm going to put this as close as I can to my current one, like this. And I'm going to really nuzzle it up there as close as I possibly can. Now, I can click these two cables just by clicking and clicking again, so you can get those nice and close. By the way, you can also move it while the cable is connected. So you can connect it first and then get it nice and close, and then lock it in place. So while we got that going, let's also make some other stuff over here. Let's make another table. So we put on the other side. Let's grab all of our auto arms here. Looking good. And we've got one more research, or 2 more research things. So we're going to do these research things as well, but in the long run, we're not going to use those really anymore, because we're going to have it do it for us. Now, what I'm going to do also along the way, when I make my auto arms here, is I am going to limit it to only grabbing those specific items. Oops. Only grabbing those specific items right there, so you can see it grabbing and passing it on. And that's what we want to see. Now, these items continue to grow if you don't destroy them. So if I don't go over there and knock those things out, they'll stay there. They'll continue to grow and continue to bring stuff down the line. Now, all 3 of those are on. Now, remember, these take 1 power each. So that's 3 power that you need to keep going. And again, we have, 4 of them, 5 of them going. You're going to need that power. Now, one of the problems is this one's only coming from that one right there. And I'd love to get one from over here as well. And luckily, we have gotten another one of these. Back here. Now, I think I'm going to put this onto there. Let's put this other platform right there. Let's go ahead and grab this back here. Put this on here so our power keeps going over there. And then we can just drive our vehicle. Oh, hold on. We got to get out the vehicle here for a second. Keep these running. There we go. Drive our vehicle where we want to go, right? Stay right here. And then... Oh, that's the long one. Side of that for right now. And then we're going to put another one right here. And again, we'll unlock that. Unpackage it. I'm going to turn it so it's facing inward. Like this, and just right up against the edge of that. There we go. And then lock that into place. You can see I've got them 3 wide right there. Looking sharp. Now, let's go ahead and just put one here at the end. I'll give you an idea of why I'm doing that. Well, if you do look at this, you can see that this one is aiming pretty close to this, but not enough where it's hitting these other things. So you can go ahead and grab these. We can unlock these, and we can kind of move them around so they also will be in the spot in which this auto arm is going to hit. So if this one's full, it's going to automatically choose one that's not full and put it in the non-full one. So we're going to do something like that. We're going to try to get as close as possible. I think that might work, but no worries. If you want to, you can just go ahead and fine-tune this to be more in the absolute center. And now you've got all 3 of them from one auto arm. You're welcome. I just saved you a lot of stuff, setting up a bunch of stuff. So you have 3 research units being hit by one auto arm. And eventually, if we do enough at the end, grabbing enough at the end, it'll overwhelm the auto arm, and you will actually have a backlog of them. And that's what we're going to try to do. But one of the things we need to do is we need a couple more research units. So let's get those going as well. We need resin and compound. So let's get back into that. Now, compound, I got a little bit there. There we go. Take it off of there. Again, I love just to drop the thing down there. It grabs what it needs and then goes from there. There's some wind power that's not being well utilized. Let's put that over there. Oh, wait, I can put that in the... I can put that in right here. There we go. Then it'll be always utilized. Now I can also put it on the ground and connect it as well if I want to. Now, I like to have my stuff turned in such a way where I can see what it is if it's not on a table. So I can see what's on that particular thing. So I'll turn it, sideways instead of long ways. Otherwise, you can't see. And the same thing here. Look at this. We got this. Is very underutilized right now. Let's take this off. Put this on here. And there we go. And that's being better utilized. But sadly, our cool little ball is not in there. Oh, that's an empty. That we want over here. Now, I find this thing likes to try to run away, everybody. Put it in somewhere where it's going to bump into something and then keep it from, all of a sudden falling in a hole and falling down into the center of the planet where you got to go track it back down again. But see, it kind of likes to meander like that. You stay there. It's meandering because it thinks there's a downhill slope there. There we go. You got to counteract the logic of that thing. Okay, we got a bunch of resin over here. Let's get our resin over here. There we go. But now we need some compound. And guess what? Looks like we're out of compound, but we're not out of compound, are we? Because we can just go right over here and say, yo, I need some compound, Mr. Soil Centrifuge. And so now it's going to make us some compound. Remember to keep your carbon over here, so the carbon keep running, or your organic, depending on what you're using and whatnot. So we're going to have it make us some compound now. Let's go put in our last little auto arm here. And let's put this over here, so I remember to put that in there. Let's grab this. Over this way. And our goal is to feed it to that right there, right? Our goal is to grab it and feed it to this one over there. So I'm just going to put the front of this real close to that. So it's not really grabbing it off the front. It's really grabbing it and putting it in the same kind of central spot where it is. So I'm going to actually put this here. And I'm going to have to go make another one here in a minute. Like this. And again, I'm going to go find one of these ones that we're currently not using that have some extras. So we'll grab a couple of those. And that's just to limit it, because sometimes what it does is it starts grabbing the wrong thing, and then it pushes it all the way to your research thing, and you don't want to do that. Now, if I have this set up right, I need to go a little closer. It should be able to grab, there it goes. It should be able to grab that item, put it right here, then this right here is going to grab it, then it's going to put it up here, then the next one's going to detect it, and put it right there. Now, the problem is we need one more right there, right? And then we also need to limit these auto arms back here, I find. let's put that. Let's turn that on. And again, we're going to run that one more, and then the rest of it is going to just be automated. Well, we don't have to worry about it. All right, another auto arm. So let's get over here, get some more of our graphite up into here. There we go, and it's going to automatically just make it for us, which is cool. We got our compound done. Let's get that over here. And then we want to make 2 of these. So we'll make 1 there. And we'll grab some more of this compound for later. Not enough room to put it in there right now. And we'll grab this organic from over here. Keep that power going. Got our auto arm. We'll let all that run. Let's get our carbon. Put that in there. All right, there we go. Now we can automate all of that. We can automate it, grabbing it and putting it in there. We can even put logic systems in that says, oh, if it's nighttime, turn this on. If it's daytime, turn that off. Right? So you can have your generators come on at nighttime if you want, which is a very, very fun way of playing. Okay, so there we go. So now we have a whole system of auto grabbing and generation of these things that are now going to just take it and auto feed it. Now, one of the things is if you see it do that, then that means this one is too far out. It's too far out. So let's go ahead and unlock this one, move it closer, unlock this one a little bit closer, move this closer, like this. Uh-oh, we've got a problem. It unlocked from back here. Don't worry, we'll take care of that here in a second. But we definitely want to lock these right back up again. Check this and see if it's hitting all of these. It does look like it's hitting it. And then we want to test it again. We're going to put it back over there. And now we need something to kind of bridge this gap over here. Now we've got plenty of things we can choose from, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab this solar that I saw earlier, because you actually want your solar to be on the ground, because then the solar actually lasts longer for when the sun comes up and sets. So you definitely want to put it more like this, or put it on a flat surface so it's getting that sun. So there we go. So now it should take it and try to put it in here. Look at this. It's putting it over there, which is what you don't want. So what you want to do is you want to try to find a way to limit this from going right here. How can I limit it from going there or going here, right? And you can see that it just barely does that. It should put it in here automatically. And the logic systems of the item should know that that is the priority place to put it. But in this case, it's not. And again, we'll run another one. So what we need to do is we need to actually block its ability to put stuff there, or put something there that actually should be researching that item, like another research thing. Well, let's start another one before we walk away here. The other compound was on my backpack, so that got that going on. And so let's go back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this on the ground for right now, and unlock another one of these. There we go. Now we'll put it in there. Let's see what it does. So there it goes. It's now automatically in there. You're like, well, it's not researching because of it. Well, the first time you put this down, you need to start it going. And then it will automatically go. You don't ever have to touch it again. It'll just keep, if it has stuff in there, it'll just keep researching and researching all day, every day, which is cool. We need to get some more carbon going over here. And then we'll put an extra one over here, too, for when that runs out. All right, and we got a bunch of stuff over there looking sharp. Nothing in my backpack. Do we have anything in our shaper? No. Okay. Everything else looking good, so we just need this one more thing, and then we need the ability to block with some stuff over here as well. What can I use? Probably some equipment. Let's try to put all of this stuff that we're not really using, not my resources, but extenders I'm not going to use. What else we got? Oh, we got a bunch of tethers over here. We got another one of these small generators. Let's grab that off of there. And again, put that back like that. And so we're just looking for stuff that we're not really going to use right now. We're trying to fill this up with all this kind of random stuff that you find that I may or may not use later on. Probably the answer is no. And then I'll say, you know what do I got a lot of? Probably have a good amount of carbon. Let's just put that on there. And so I'm going to use this to actually block its ability. So it's going to be like multitasking, right? So one thing, it's going to hold my equipment. So if I need to grab some of this equipment, like tethers or something like that, it's going to allow me to grab that equipment. But what I want to do is I want to block its ability to put it down. Oops. put it down right there at the end. Now, I could have just put 2 things there, but you get the general idea. Now, also, I want to block back here like this and block that, right? Now, the thing you can also do is I could take out, let's say, this wind power here in the center, and I can use these extenders. Now, the problem with the extenders, remember, is they are only in one direction. So, when we're dragging this, it makes a difference in which direction we're dragging that power. So now it's going here, but this solar power does not go back the other way. And then we can just go ahead and take our solar power, say, and put that here in the back. Now, I find that these little mediums, wind power and solar power, are perfect for blocking that stuff, right? And I don't like to have it only go in one direction, so I'm going to take these out, and those eventually will get grounded up because I don't use them. Don't use them. I could just as easily make some generators than do this. Now, by the way, if you pick this back up, hold down Shift and click on it, they will perfectly stack back to the way they were before. So there we go. So I would rather put like a resource in there or something like that to help block all of those spaces. Now, we got one more generator to get. Let's go get that. One more research thing over here. We can get a generator. Do I have any more carbon? Yeah, right over here. Let's go ahead and swap this out. So I can grab that carbon. There we go. Put that over there. Now, basically what we want to do is block every other port. See how I put it right here? We don't want it to do that. See, while we were busy doing stuff, it was actually grabbing stuff. We don't want it to put there. We want to grab it, and we want it to put it in the research chamber. It's important to watch what it's doing, right? So it's basically putting it where we don't want it to go. Now, what else do I got? I got some extenders, and I have another small generator. Let's go ahead and take this out. Put it off to the side for now. And we'll put our extenders and our small generator in there. Now we'll tell it to do it. Again, all these logistical stuff, definitely good to figure out. And there it goes. It's now going into the thing. All right, so very nice. And so when another one comes down the line, it will grab that and so on and so forth. Now, we need enough of these being grabbed and generated to keep those going, right? And we can do 20 of them, 100 of them if we wanted to. So what else can we do? Well, we saw some more of them up here in the corner, and we'll come back and we'll work on those. I'm going to take a break here for a minute. We'll try to grab these ones. Now, if you look at these ones are really got a lot. Those got like 3 there and 3 there. So those ones are a bit more bountiful than the ones that we've currently got. So let's go back, plug this in, and then I'll take a bit of break, and we'll come back and we'll work on that as well. Now, by the way, while I'm taking a break, all this stuff will continue to run and continue to research while I'm doing this. Now, we're going to need some more resin as well. So we'll come back. Oh, there's our resin. We put it over here. Put this back on here. Okay, there we go. So let's make a few more of these awesome little extender tables. And then large platforms. There we go. In fact, we'll make as many as we possibly can, which we actually can make 3 of them. So we'll let that run, and I'll be back. I'll let you guys enjoy some of my highlights. And then I shall be back in just a moment. Hello, everybody. I am back. Sorry for that long delay there. I have been out there taking care of some IRL stuff there. And I'm probably going to need to, in the stream, to go help because, of course, whenever I try to do anything technical, there's always some technical hurdles that I have to jump over. It doesn't just work, everybody. No matter how much they tell you it just works. There's always something that I got to fix. So we're going to probably do, I'm going to probably have to go and get that fixed up first. Hey, Otis, what's up? Hello, hello. Now, again, those were my AFK highlights there while I was AFK. Let's see. Fred are coming in. Hello, Kismet. Been a long while. I started playing Astroneer this week. It's been a lot of fun with all the exploring and the learning. Yes, Astroneer is awesome. You can see I'm playing a bunch of it here on PC. Also have it on Switch as well. So what I did is I made a bunch of these extender tables for us to use and whatnot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a break for food so you guys don't have to sit here and just watch my AFK highlights for long periods of times. I'm going to go ahead and just stop the stream for right now, and I may come back, play a little bit more Astroneer, but got to take care of the IRL first, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize that, so I'm going to go in here and give you guys a little bit, of course, more love for you guys, because you guys are going to get some Kids Caps right now. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 caps. This way I don't forget. We're going to go ahead and do this battle, which you guys have been very patient on too. So I'm going to give you an extra 1,000 caps for that as well. We're going to run this battle. Then we're going to head out. Then I may or may not be back, but I'll definitely be back at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because we're going to be doing our crafting exchange for my crew. And then we may be doing a crafting exchange also on Saturday during the day for my crew as well. Because if you notice my schedule, it's now 1 o'clock. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and starts at 1 o'clock on Saturday. There you go. Always starts the same time every day of the week that I'm streaming. So there we go. So let's do a battle. To battle! Now, this is a little side game we play called Stream Ratas. And again, if I knew it was going to take that long, everybody, I would have just stopped the stream. I apologize for that. But I go to do one thing and then it's not working. And then I do another thing and then it doesn't work. And then I do another thing and it's not working. And I do another thing and it takes a really long time. And I do another thing and it's not working. And, you know, that's my everyday, everybody. Is just constantly solving technical problems. And I would love it if you could just say, do the thing, and then it did the thing, but it never does the thing because you always got to do 5 other things to make the thing do the thing you wanted to do. And that's the problem with complex systems. That's the problem with computers and electronics in general, even your refrigerator or your washing machine. It's always something that you have to fix. So I'm going to prioritize getting that working first, and then they can go off and do what they need to do. And then I come back, do a little extra streaming, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But let's first get you guys some loot over here, because this is our good one right here. This is the one where you potentially get a free skin. And I appreciate everybody putting down their epics there. Man, what else do we got to kill? These rocks? We have to kill the rocks. Oh, boy. Long battle. It's always when I gotta go. That's when it's like the 5-minute battle. Sometimes these battles just take a few minutes. Sometimes they take like 20 seconds. But it's always whenever I'm in a hurry. That's the long battle time. But that's okay. I'll hang out. We'll get it done. Get you guys the loot. And I'm just going to leave Astroneer up. Just in case that like starts working. And I can get that all done for the family. I'm also going to grab something to eat. And then I may come back, do a little bit more after that. All right, there we go. Nice. Open the cab chest. Give you guys some love. 200 go to Keygen, Rotisserie G, and Reaper walking away with the loot. And Dax Platinum with the 17 kills. He's our MVP. Now make sure to check your blue chest to see if you got any rare skin. So there we go. Now let's go to my office, everybody. Let's teleport on up there. I'm going to head out for right now, and then I'll be back. Now, I already gave you Kids Caps right over there, so you're walking away with tons of loot for our giveaways in the future. But right here, you can go ahead and do me a quick favor. Just take a quick minute, everybody. Go ahead and follow those links you're going to find right there in the chat. Pop over the YouTube, pop over the Twitter, hit that subscribe, hit that follow. It really does help the stream. The more you do this, the more giveaways I get to do and other fun stuff like that here in the stream. Go over and check out the Discord and the website. That's more fun for you guys. You can come be part of the team. You can join us for Astroneer, for 7 Days to Die, and a whole bunch of other awesome games like Fallout and, of course, New World as well. A lot of stuff going on in the Discord. Pop over there. Feel free to read those rules and then click that green check mark. Give you access to type in all the other sections as well, or at least most of those sections. And then, of course, if you want to go above and beyond, you're like, Kismet, I love your content. I love this 3D stuff and these creative things you're doing and all your videos and all of that other stuff. Really want to support the stream. Well, the best way to do that is to pop on over to patreon.com/Kismet. And even a $5 donation, $5 support over there goes 95% into the Kismet Love Dream, as opposed to here on Twitch, where half of it always goes to Twitch, which makes it very hard to keep this stream going. Very hard to keep it going, but that is the best place to support the stream, as well as you get early sneak peeks at a whole bunch of cool stuff that I'm working on for the stream. Also, you can give me some feedback and ideas on what you might want to see in the stream in the future. All right, so that helps a lot on that one, and that's it for me, everybody. Again, I'm going to cut it a little bit short here so I can take care of my IRL stuff, get something to eat, and hopefully be back in no time with some more Astroneer. So be watching. Make sure to hit that follow if you haven't already done so. and be watching for my stream to come back on here in just a little bit. All right? I'll see you all then. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norbert. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Help support more videos just like this one and keep the Kismet love train a-going by dropping by my Patreon and showing your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Big thanks going out to Resident Spike, Riverdog, Rotisserie G, JC Hunter, and AMZ. Click to watch more videos, and I'll see you next time.